Jesus cries in the story of a girl child. Looking at Jesus Christ hanging on the cross in pain, bleeding and crying aloud is in Mark chapter 15 verse 34. Lama sabakata. My Father, why have you abandoned me? Brings to my mind the untold stories of a young girl. The helpless and naked Jesus on the cross resonates closely with the helplessly manipulated and abused young girl every passing day. The childhood traumas of a girl child. Hence, I argue that Jesus still cries helplessly in the story of the girl child. Jesus cries the cry of feeling abandoned in the girl child, overburdened with the pain that seems to grow with her, with that strong fear that even if she tells or reports her story, she might not be believed, and rather she could be humiliated more in search for justice. For even the girl child who tries to tell her story is often silenced or abused by the media that hungers for breaking stories and self-promotion, which will undress her in the public stage for personal merit and profit. Not all media houses, of course. Some are still sensitively doing a good job in such matters. Jesus is still helplessly lifted up naked on the cross in the girl child, whose story of abuse appears in the front pages of newspapers and social media, with guns blazing on the perpetrators, whilst forgetting or overlooking what she goes through alone in the process. We volunteer in numbers to stone the perpetrator, and only few, if not none, volunteer to wash the bleeding wounds of the girl child. In our anger against the perpetrator, let us also remember to be there for the victim. Unfortunately, it seems there is no better way of handling these evil acts, because they are on their own inhuman, brutal acts. Lord, have mercy on the girl child. I look at Jesus bleeding on the cross. It is revealed to me that he still bleeds in the painful story of a girl child who locks herself in her room and cry out her unhealed pains without anyone to console her, feeling useless, used up, robbed of her innocence, dirty, unworthy, and suicidal, misunderstood by the family that is just too busy and convinced that she's just acting up. Families, I urge you, listen to the girl child. My Lord and my God, enable families to detect the pains of their daughters and walk with them. Every passing day, the girl child is destroyed like the city of Jerusalem with abuse, and she remains enslaved in the trauma and pain like the Jews in the Babylonian exile. To every suffering girl child and their families, I rephrase the words of God through Prophet Isaiah chapter 45 verse 28, that Jerusalem must be restored and rebuilt. So I say the dignity, confidence, safety and happiness of the girl child must be restored and rebuilt. The world of men must know that enough is enough. The girl child must be freed from fear to freely walk in the streets of this world safely. Lord, I will continue to kneel down daily in prayer for the healing and the safety of the girl child, so that the lion-like abusers out there, their mouths may be sealed like those in the den in which Daniel was thrown in. Lord, be the refuge of the girl child. Wipe away the tears of the girl child. Lord, be with the girl child who is misinterpreted and misunderstood as she struggles to understand the many changes in her body at a young age, innocently throwing herself everywhere and on everyone in search of attention, warmth of love and recognition. All they want is the warmth of love and wisdom, like Mary at the feet of the visiting Jesus Christ. In the confusion caused by the many biological changes in their bodies, they need conducive environments to discover themselves like Mary at the feet of Jesus Christ. They need the Elizabeth figures like the case of Mary in Luke chapter 1 verse 39 to 45. The Elizabeth whom they can always run to and visit to share their experiences without fear. When they have messed up, they do not need the society to stone them or persecute them, as in the case of the woman caught in the act of adultery. All they need is for the society to remember their childhood mistakes and put down stones in the form of attitudes, but rather echo a Jesus-like voice that gives them a second chance. Neither do I condemn you. Go and never sin again. Let us pray. Lord God, as the psalmist says in Psalm 34 verse 18, that you are nearer to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit, I surrender the girl child to you. May every girl child who has suffered for many years and obstructed from healing and justice gain access at least to the healing power of the fringe of your cloak. May the girl child who walks the streets of this world be led and protected by the divine cloud during the day and the flame of divine fire by night, like the Jews in the journey to the promised land. We ask all this through Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.